Let's talk about the Backlash event going down this weekend. Quick turnaround after WrestleMania. It's in St. Louis, Missouri, the hometown of Randy Orton. So we'll see how it goes. A lot of people have been saying they feel like this is one we can skip. Now, within the past few years, the PLEs have been, decent to watch, especially with the Saturday time slot. I really enjoy it. But me personally, I have nothing to do, I don't believe, this Saturday. So I'll be tuned in. I think some NBA playoff games are on as well. So I'm not mad at it, but I can see people saying, well, I can do this or watch Backlash. The Backlash card, I ain't gonna say it's predictable, but it's not nothing we should really, gotta lock in for. So if you're skipping this, I'm not mad at you at all, but I'll be tuned in. Like I said, man, quick turnaround after WrestleMania. Quick turnaround after WrestleMania. I don't think a lot of people really expected too much from this Backlash event. With the way WrestleMania went, I'm not going to harken back on that at all, but I will discuss a little bit if I need to because I haven't talked about Mania at all on this podcast. So if it pertains with the match card for Backlash, I'll circle back. But all in all, man, the past few weeks, of course, I'm real intrigued to see what happens with this Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman faction in the future. I think it should still be intact by SummerSlam. If they want us to invest in a storyline, like they had the Bloodline, they tried with Judgment Day, but I don't think too many people cared about the dynamics with the Judgment Day. This will be a storyline I will be intrigued with if they do it right. The Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman faction. It's been rumors of another member. We'll see how that goes in the storyline in the future, but I think by the time SummerSlam gets here, it should be still intact. It shouldn't be no chinks in the armor with that faction, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of the behind-the-scenes things are being talked about the past few weeks, of course, coming off of WrestleMania. They had releases a few days ago. That normally happens every year as well, so we'll see where those superstars land. You got another company, so we'll see where it goes. All in all, though, this Backlash card, I'm still intrigued to see what happens, but the way the direction of the company going, man, right now, is like, damn. It is a skippable event, in my opinion. So let's talk about the match card. First off, we got Gunther versus Pat McAfee. And me being a Gunther guy, seeing the events that transpired at WrestleMania and now leading to this match with Pat McAfee, after you've booked Gunther so strong in the past few years, I understand a cool down period, but there's rumors of this leading to a possible Goldberg retirement match, which he's spoken about. People have suspected Gunther to be the opponent. I understand that, but damn. After a historical Intercontinental title run, a semi-long reigning World Championship run, to end how it ended, to go against Pat McAfee, I feel like you could have just brought Goldberg back and set the match up. That's just my personal opinion, but come on, man. Gunther, this match shouldn't even been competitive. I see people posting clips of Pat McAfee in his past matches, but come on, man. Y'all can't do Gunther like this. I'm a Gunther guy. So just off what they're doing with Gunther alone within the past few months, I've been like, okay, what's going on with the writing, the creators? We'll see how it goes, but Gunther should win. If they have Pat McAfee beat Gunther, man, we got a big issue on our hands. That's how I feel about it. But I do have Gunther winning. Speaking of Gunther, we got the World Heavyweight Championship match, Jey Uso going up against Logan Paul. Everybody know what this play is. They're going to combat the Jey Uso hate, have him compete in his first title match against somebody that everybody hates in Logan Paul. Very talented in ring, but just his character, him and his brother outside on social media throughout the years, and even in wrestling, like he just an easy person to boo. So it's like, well, you can't boo both of them, so who you going to pick? Newsflash, we could just go to the bathroom or not pay attention to this damn match. That's the play at hand right now. The promos haven't been much. I wish they would have had more time, but, it's a quick turnaround after WrestleMania. I got Jey Uso winning. Hopefully it's an entertaining match, but eventually, and this is a conversation I saw going on after the Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker faction and all that good stuff. It's like now on Raw, you got Jey Uso, who the World Heavyweight Champion. You got Dom, who's the Intercontinental Champion. And I think AJ, I don't think the match has been set, but I think maybe AJ and Dom will be on this card as well. But at the time I'm recording, it's not made official, so I'm not going to talk about it. But seeing what Sami Zayn and he's into it with Seth Rollins faction, and everybody like, damn, y'all got Logan Paul going up against Jey Uso. Does anybody even care about chasing the world champion? Like, cause Seth Rollins faction is automatically, they haven't even been in a match together. The faction alone is so, you know what I'm saying, the presence is so known. It's like, okay, obviously Braun Breaker could be Intercontinental Champ again, and Seth could defeat Jey Uso in the future to become World Heavyweight Champ, and that'll make that faction just undeniable. And we'll see who else they bring along, maybe a tag team, we'll see. But it's just odd to see where they're going to go with this Jey Uso champion storyline. But first title defense against Logan Paul, I got Jey Uso winning. Women's Intercontinental title, we got Lyra Valkyria going up against the returning Becky Lynch. She returned at WrestleMania, and at the time, I didn't watch any of SmackDown, so I heard about Bayley's injury, and I was like, oh, damn, that messed up, right before WrestleMania, but obviously it's not a real technical injury. They kind of just chopped her off to bring back a returning Becky Lynch. And the way that match ended, just for the next night, Liv and Raquel to win just for the sake of saying they're 4-time women champions, have Becky Lynch turn on Lyra, it was just like, bruh, I would have been cool with having Liv and Raquel beat Bayley and Lyra and have like Becky return to cost them to win the championship at WrestleMania. Being that the match was already like a replacement match, you could have did that instead of chopping off Bayley. I mean, she get time off, get some rest, get to enjoy her time off. That's a good thing. But storyline-wise, I feel like it could have been executed a little bit better, in my opinion. But I would like to see Lyra retain, man. Like, this whole Becky Hogan, how they talk about Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch is in that same boat, in my opinion. Bianca Belair, Rhea. It's just some women, they just insist on having to win a belt off rip. Like, it's kind of like, well, if they don't win, I'll be surprised. That what made Io victory at WrestleMania so dope, in my opinion. Like, I think a lot of people probably expected Rhea or Bianca, but Io retained. So I would like to see Lyra retain, but like I said, with the Seth Rollins fashion, obviously him and Becky Lynch, they got that connection. So, Becky being Intercontinental Women's Champion wouldn't be a bad look. It just, damn, we're going back to what works. So I think Becky Lynch is going to win. You know what I'm saying? Much as I like to see Lyra retain, I think Becky Lynch is going to win. And this card isn't always like official. Like, I'm sure by Raw and SmackDown before Backlash, some more matches will be announced. But at the time, these are the matches I got. We also have a fatal four-way for the men's United States title. We got the champion Jacob Fatu, LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest. And that's like 2 matches at WrestleMania just combined in one. It's 2 WrestleMania matches combined in one. I got Jacob Fatu retaining, man. I got Jacob Fatu retaining. This stretch, this is my oath to myself when it comes to wrestling. From Backlash to SummerSlam, I'm strictly a fan. I've always been a fan, whether I watch the product weekly or not. I'm always a fan of wrestling, but in terms of, dang, why they didn't do this with the storyline? Why this happened? Asking questions, I'm just going to fall back. I'm just going to fall back and let it play out. Of course, when I do my predictions, I'll get in detail, but in terms of being disappointed and just not understanding creative, we'll see. Like I say, from now till SummerSlam, that's my oath. We'll just see. You know what I'm saying? So you got this 2 WrestleMania matches combined, 2 WrestleMania rematches, I say, combined to a fatal four-way for the men's United States. I got Jacob Fatu winning. We'll see what happens with him and Solo. I saw a little bit of the promo they had after WrestleMania. Maybe that's going to go somewhere, but I got Jacob Fatu retaining. And for the main event, we got the rivalry match, John Cena versus Randy Orton, that is being promoted as the last time ever. And damn, don't I feel old. Now, I was a kid when they came onto the scene. I was a kid, Attitude Era, but that Ruthless Aggression era, when they came in, that's when I really started understanding, like, okay, storyline, this is how we build into the pay-per-view. So I've been seeing Cena and Orton from the get-go of their career, and now, 25 years, damn near 20, 25 years later, their last time going up against each other. Makes you feel kind of old, man. It definitely makes you feel kind of old. throughout their careers, Cena and Orton have been looked at as like the Goku and Vegeta of wrestling. But I always think, like, what are their greatest matches against each other? The I Quit match was crazy. The Iron Man match was crazy. But I think the Fatal 4-Way they had, it was them two, Shawn and Edge. That was a great match as well. But I don't think a lot of people can really pinpoint their favorite Cena-Orton match. Like I said, the I Quit and the Iron Man is probably the closest I'll get to like a for sure, this is the best match they've had. But with their history and their rivalry, you had other guys in the mix. You had Edge going up against Cena. You had Batista, Undertaker, of course, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk came along. But Cena and Orton were always the two guys, especially for my generation, as the good guy and the bad guy. You know, Cena was always, outside of Dr. Thugonomics, he was always the good guy. Orton coming in early, Evolution, Legend Killer, 2009 Randy Orton. They were just always the Goku and Vegeta of wrestling. Now, obviously, from what we've seen at WrestleMania and what we know, Randy Orton, you know, he's up in age as well. This match is not going to be nowhere close to those matches they had back in the day. And being that this John Cena character in general, the way the WrestleMania match against Cody Rhodes was just slow paced. Cody Rhodes have been off the scene. I wouldn't mind seeing Cody Rhodes come back and help Randy Orton win, and then maybe we can probably get a Cody Rhodes Randy Orton match eventually. Because that's the funny thing about this match. I was like, damn, y'all so quick to pull the trigger on this match, but Cody Rhodes' whole year run, y'all teased. Kind of, if you paid attention, y'all teased Randy Orton won the chase after Cody Rhodes' belt, but y'all never went full-fledged with it. To now with John Cena, it's like, all right, bam, Randy Orton first opponent. It's like, damn. So that's what I'm kind of confused about. So a part of me feel like Cody Rhodes is going to return and help Randy Orton, or he can return and try to help Randy Orton and it backfires and Randy Orton still loses. Me personally, the way they're doing this John Cena heel character with him having the belt, I don't know, man. I don't know. At first, of course, at Elimination Chamber, everybody was happy about it. But leading to WrestleMania and then the WrestleMania match with Travis Scott coming out and all that, it's just like, man, historic-wise, yeah, John Cena heel is crazy, of course. But when it get down to the bell ringing and all that, it's just like, damn, man. I'd rather just have the joyful John Cena do the five-knuckle shuffle and all that. Like, if you're going to make him heel, at least make him heel in the ring as well. Like, let him do dirty tactics or something. Like, just a slow pace. And now with Randy Orton, like I said, he's up in age, so this match may be very slow pace. So I'm not expecting too much, sadly. Not saying they Ric Flair when he was wrestling still old, but it's just like, I'm not expecting too much from this match, but we'll see how it goes. Damn. Part of me want to say Orton. And it's in Orton hometown of St. Louis. Do Orton right, man. Let him win it. I forgot, what is Randy, 14, 15? I can't remember Randy Orton title reign numbers. But in his hometown, man, I would like to see Randy Orton win. Excuse me. So, with everything being kind of predictable in this event, I'm going to go Randy Orton beating John Cena. Just to put a little, you know what I'm saying, pizzazz on this event. So, my predictions for Backlash, Gunther versus Pat McAfee. I'm going with Gunther. Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going with Jey Uso. Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title. I'm going with Becky Lynch. Jacob Fatu going up against LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest for the United States title. I'm going with Jacob Fatu. And Randy Orton going up against John Cena for the Undisputed title in Randy Orton hometown. I'm going with Randy Orton to get the victory.